talk about if you use multiple templates for different customers or different types of projects, how to set up a default profile for each different type of template. So starting in Civil 3D, when you first get it open, just open up a blank drawing. This is so that the options menu is available. So you want to start with the command underscore options, which will bring up our profiles dialog. If it doesn't automatically open, it's this tab right there. So you can see I've got a few different profiles set up for different customers or different situations with different templates. So you want to start off by add to list, give the profile a new name. So we'll just say new customer, just for this demonstration purposes. Hit apply and apply. So we want to come down here to new customer and set current. Then over in files, you want to come over here to template settings, expand that down, and this is where all your default templates are pulled from. So your drawing template file location, expand that. You can see the directory right there is just the default civil directory there. So we'll come up here to browse. Then you want to navigate to where you keep your templates at. You should be keeping them in a default template folder. You can keep them in the civil's default directories. I don't like doing that. I'd rather have a directory for each different template. That's just a personal preference. So you can do it either way. So we're gonna come over here to projects and support files and just hit open. Then your sheet set template, in my case it's in the exact same directory, but if you kept them in a different directory, you'd want to change this to that other directory. Then your default file name for quick new, that's just when you hit the little plus button up here for a new one. So go to browse. Then if you've got a default template for additional sheets, so like for like if you have a cover sheet, that would probably be your default template right here. Then if you have like additional sheets like sheet 2, 3, 4, this is where this would come in. So hit browse. And again, you know your directories will be different than mine. Then hit apply. Then there's some other things you can look at, look at in here, like your plotting settings. So you can create like custom plot settings. Like if you only print in monochrome, you know, it sets up the plot screen for you, so you don't have to adjust the settings every single time. So that's something you can set in here. That's probably a pretty common one that people do. There's other things like your working support files. That's another common one that people change and modify. And your PDF settings, that's another one. If you're importing a lot of PDFs, you know, for overlays and stuff, if you have a default directory for this particular customer or this particular project, you can, you know, specify that directory. As well as a lot of other file locations and stuff like that. Some other options while you're in the menu, you can, you know, change your default saves if you want to change it to older version, like some people do. If you only want to save in DXFs, you know, that's all changed here. This is where you would, this is under user preferences. This is where you would change like how your right click operates. You know, if you wanted to mimic the return button, you can do that here. This is another one, your auto snap marker size. That's a box around snaps for like when you get close to the end of the line, like when you have your O snaps on. If you want it to grab the ends or the midpoints or whatever it might be, if you want that to be bigger so that you don't have to get as close to stuff, you can change the size of that there, among a lot of other settings that we can go into in greater detail in other videos, but this one was mainly about creating profiles. So once you got your default template set up and you've hit apply, make sure it's set current, apply again, then okay. So now when you go up here to create a new drawing, you can see that it loads a different template. Then if I go underscore options again, say I'm switching customers, apply, okay, then I come up here to quick new. It's loaded my other template for the other project. So hopefully this helps someone out and keeps your workflow easier to manage, so you don't have to hunt for default template files each time you're switching customers or change your settings for a particular customer or different type of project. Hopefully this helps. Hope everyone has a good day. Thank you.